Hello there again my friends, this is the boy and his dog, and welcome to the channel where I play and review every game released on the Evercade, old and new. In today's episode we continue our deeper pictures of the 29th Evercade cart Piko Interactive Collection 3 with the 7th game, Punch King. Let's get started. Punch King is a one-player boxing sports game developed by Full Fat and released for the Game Boy Advance in 2002. Now there's no getting past it, this is a knockout clone, it looks quite nice, big chunky sprites to fight against. They aren't hugely animated but are detailed enough, if a little stereotypical. The different locations you fight in are all pretty obvious, but cool enough and give a little visual variety. Now there isn't a hell of a lot to this game, there are only a few game modes, arcade, versus and survival. Unfortunately versus is not a two-player option and only allows you to choose two opponents you've already unlocked by beating in arcade mode. This would have been a ball ache on the original system as there was no save feature or password system. Thankfully that is not a problem here, so any unlocked fighters will still be here after unlocking if you remember to save after doing so. All that's left is survival mode, where you see how long you last against all the opponents thrown at you in a random order with no breaks. Arcade mode is however where you'll spend the bulk of your time. There are 12 opponents to face, but what is quite nice is there are at least a little bit of a story with little non-animated cutscenes between each fight that helps frame the fight and have the tiniest bit of depth to the character and his many opponents, but it's very minimal. And then you get to the fight themselves. You can use the A and B buttons for left and right punches. Incorporating the D-pad will change the type of punch. Using up at the same time will do an uppercut, for example. You can move left and right when not punching and hold up for high block or down for low block, and use the shoulder buttons to dodge. But either the hitboxes are a bit off or my timing is shit as can be, as sometimes it doesn't matter where I am and where their hit seems to land, I will take damage. You have 3 rounds of 60 seconds to pummel the bugger. The only thing stopping you apart from your opponent's blocking and weaving is your stamina bar. After a few punches it will deplete right down and you have to go on the defence before it will build up again. And that bitch can be slow as all feck. There is also a bar that slowly fills up the left of the screen with each successful hit you land. Reach the top and you have unlimited stamina. Just go hell for leather and they should soon topple. Each opponent has a special move that normally has some kind of wind-up animation. Spot it and act accordingly in time. I must admit some I had terrible trouble avoiding. And that's about it. Beat each opponent and move on to the next until you've beaten all 12. The game isn't that tricky after a few tries and you've learned how the game works. Each opponent has a slight pattern and once you've learned that, none until much later are that much of a problem. And beyond arcade there is the survival mode, but I can't see that entice anyone back for long once they've finally finished arcade. In the end though, the game is quite basic. I had more fun than I thought I would. It has an interesting enough system but not nearly enough on its bones to keep you returning again and again. For me it was a fun diversion from the rest of the collection and you can't go far wrong wasting a few hours on it. But a cart seller this is not. And if you've made it here to the end of the video, thanks ever so much for joining me. Leave a thumbs up or comment if you'd like. Either way, I'm just chuffed you poked your head in. to take a gander. As always, I hope you're having an awesome day, my friends, and until next time, be seeing you.